Max, let's move into our NFL game
All
picks
right, all right.
for the Week 9 NFL slate. Week 9, Max. Oh, my goodness. We
How
got four
about us?
teams on a bye this week. Four teams on a bye. They are the San Francisco 49ers, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Detroit Lions, the NFC North leading Detroit Lions, and the Denver Broncos. They had to take a week off after that 24-9 win over Kansas City last week. Let's not sleep on
Yeah,
that.
how about that?
They get a nice week off. But let's start here, Max. Tomorrow night, Thursday night football on Prime Video. We got the Tennessee Titans sitting at 3-4, coming off a solid win last week over Atlanta, taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers are sitting at 4-3. Going to be tough to get a win in Steel City. Max, what are you thinking here?
Oh man, I was juggling it. My heart here being in Tennessee, I'm like, oh, come on, Titans, come on, Titans. But sorry, I'm not. I am going the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's hard to win at their place, and they have a solid defense. The numbers don't show it, but man, I'm telling you, like they I don't know. I mean, I think it was just the beginning of the season where the Steelers defense wasn't hot because they're doing really well right now.
I'll tell you right now, on the season, the Steelers are 29th against wide receivers, and that's why D-Hop is in my lineup, boys.
Mm-hmm.
And the Steelers are only 2-2 at home this year, 2-2 at home, so it's
Okay.
doable. You know what? Last week was the only week I haven't picked my Titans to win, and they fucking won. They surprised me. I'm going back to my Titans this week, Max.
Hey, good pick.
Mr. Mayo, Malik Willis didn't even play last week. Okay, it was Will Levis from the start.
Well, he played. He fumbled the ball, and then they
Did he?
sat him. Yeah. He fumbled the ball.
Wow.
He said hike, fumbled
Didn't
it.
even
But
miss
actually,
that.
to back him up, it was actually a bad snap. I will give it to that.
Wow.
But he did lose the fumble, so they said nope. Will Levis.
Missed that.
Yeah.
I think Will Levis carries that momentum over. He's got something going with D-Hop. The King, Derrick Henry. He sniffs something. He gets rumbling now that it's getting colder out. Those boys aren't going to want to hit him on Thursday night in Pittsburgh.
Ooh.
Those boys aren't going to want to hit him. Titans on the road.
Nice call.
Let's move on to Sunday. Max, we're back in our overseas games here, this time in Germany. And
Yeah.
damn it, I think this has got to be the juiciest one of the week. This is the juiciest one of the week 9 slate. Both teams sitting at 6-2. The Dolphins and the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, he had the flu last week, and we saw that 24-9 defeat to the Denver Broncos out here.
Poor guy.
Miami Dolphins, they're a hot team, and Max, I'm going to take them. I'm going to take the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, I like it.
I'm going to take the Miami Dolphins. I love their offense.
Yeah.
6-2. So it didn't show up in Buffalo. It didn't show up in Philadelphia, but Kansas City, I don't think they're on that level defensively. So I'm going to take Miami in this Germany game.
I like it. I've been hoping that there was going to be a shootout game, back and forth, score back and forth. I think this one could be it because Miami's offense is so dominating. But then you already know that the Chiefs with Patty Mahomes and Travis Kelce is dominating. How can it not go back and forth? Okay, these defenses are not that good. Chiefs defense are looking better than they have been over the years. Don't get me wrong, but I think Miami's defense is too good. Miami's offense is too good against a mediocre defense. I think it's a back and forth game. You better be starting a lot of different players from both of these. I got Tua. He's starting for sure. I cannot wait. I will be up and ready to go at 8:30 in the morning here in Nashville.
That's going to be a juicy one.
I'm sorry. I'm picking the Chiefs. Picking the Chiefs.
Okay.
I have the Chiefs.
Jeez. We're both getting ahead of ourselves. Picking the Chiefs. Okay. Moving in the Sunday morning games. Both teams sitting at 4-4. We got the Minnesota Vikings going to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Falcons disappointed us last week in Nashville. Minnesota, they're starting a rookie quarterback. And are you going to take them, Max, with that rookie?
I'm not going Minnesota. I'm definitely going the Falcons. The Falcons actually, they sat Desmond Ridder, and then they ended up throwing in.
He has been named the starter for this week, Taylor Heinicke.
Taylor Heinicke, yes. Respect for Taylor Heinicke. He looked good. He definitely turned it up for Atlanta in that second half, but it was already it was already gone. Tennessee already had the momentum in that game. But for this, Taylor Heineke should be the starter. He makes Atlanta look way better. So I got Atlanta. Minnesota's banged up, man.
Yeah, we'll see. Minnesota's banged up. We'll see if Drake London plays, but Taylor Heineke, I think, is an upgrade from Desmond Ritter.
Yes.
Moving along, we got the 1-7 Arizona Cardinals. Just moved their quarterback, Joshua Dobbs. They're reportedly going to start Clayton Tune, if you ever heard of him, this week. They're going to Cleveland to be introduced to Myles Garrett and that defensive line, and this is going to be a pounding. Browns.
Browns, I got nothing else to say. That defense is for real on that Browns front. Ooh.
Moving along, we got the 3-5 Los Angeles Rams going to Green Bay in Lambeau to take on the 2-5 Packers. Don't look now, Max. The Packers have lost 4 in a row. Don't know if Jordan loves the answer. Matthew Stafford, he's day to day. He's going to be a game time decision with a
Oh.
sprained UCL in
Oh,
his
that's not
thumb.
good. That's not good.
Might be Brett ripping the ball around for the Rams. Who you taking in this game?
Oh, geez. I actually do have the Rams after a brutal beating last week. They just got stomped. They got stomped. It was whipped. Oh, man. It was not even close. Not even close. But I think that they're going to pull through against the Packers. Packers just don't look good. They are not looking good.
Yeah, I think the Rams have more talent here. I'm with you on the Rams. The Packers were reportedly interested in running backs for the around the trade deadline. You got Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. That's a solid combo, but
Yeah.
not getting it done.
Mm-mm.
Not getting it done. I
Nope.
heard this one today. Romeo Dobbs leads the NFL in end zone targets. So, gosh, I don't know. I don't know how many tutties he has, but it's not enough. The 2-5.
Yeah, that's for true.
Moving along, we got a snoozer here. We got the 3-5 Washington Football Queefs. They just cleaned house on their defensive line, so maybe Ramondre Stevenson and the Patriots are going to run all over them. Do you see
Maybe.
that happening, Max?
I think it's definitely a possibility. I definitely would be starting Ramondre this week. There's
Mm-hmm.
one other guy that maybe you would start on New England in Kendrick Bourne because I think he's had a couple extra. No way, he's not playing or what? Or I wouldn't
AC
start him.
ACL boys.
Oh, he's done. Oh, he had a touchdown last week and then he's still done. Well,
ACL.
that's a bummer. Nice insight on that, Breezy. I got the Patriots. Washington. You already said they cleaned the house, so you better believe the Patriots are gonna get something here.
Yeah,
Get the win.
new ownership in Washington. I think they want a fresh start. It starts this week. They're going to lose to Bill in New England. I hope the Patriots can score enough points. I hope the Pats can score enough points. And if they do, Ramondre is going to have a nice game for me. I'm excited. Staying in the morning games on Sunday, the 2-6 Chicago Bears with their big pickup of Montez Sweat for a second rounder. Back-to-back second rounders moved. They're going to New Orleans to take on the 4-4 Saints. Max, you see a little upset here in
No,
New Orleans?
I have. I told you I lost all faith in my Bears. They look so bad. The Saints. I got the Saints. There's not much more to say. Saints are looking pretty good actually.
Yeah, Saints won by 11 in Indy last week. Alvin Kamara and Taysom Hill. I don't know if you saw Taysom Hill. 2 touchdowns last
Two
week.
touchdowns.
For
Such
me.
nice start. Okay, but
Thank
such a
you.
hit or miss. It's either you have a 2 touchdown, 20 fantasy points, or you have a goose or a 0.66 rushing yards.
It's
So, yeah, it's hit or miss.
it's nice to play running back in your tight end spot. And I went on Sunday morning and I was thinking about swapping him out because the reason I picked him up was because he was playing tight end and getting a lot of targets, Taysom Hill. And Jawan Johnson was out of the lineup for those games, and now he was back in. So I was thinking,
Uh,
geez, this guy could goose me. But you know what? I stuck to my guns. I left him in there, and 2 tutties got me the W. Taysom Hill, a guy that we've talked a lot of shit about for Vulture and Alvin Kamara. But hey, he's getting it done for the Saints. He's a hybrid weapon for them.
you're just happy he's on your team. If he wasn't on your team, you'd be pissed off.
Yeah, probably. Moving along in the morning games, we got another juicy one here, Max. This is a top 4 juicy game of the week. We got a
Oh
lot
yeah.
of juicy ones on the
Oh
slate.
yeah.
The 5-2 Seattle Seahawks going to Baltimore to take on the 6-2 Ravens. Max, don't look now. The Ravens have won 3 in a row, 4 or 5. They're heating up. Seahawks got a good win over the Browns last week. How do you see this game playing out?
Ooh, it's going to be a tight one. Okay. It's going to be a really good game here. We're looking at I don't know, 24-21 type of scenario here. I think it's going to be really good. I think the running game of the Seahawks is going to look good this week. And, but, Baltimore just is looking great. They're passing the ball more. Lamar, I think, had 2 weeks ago, I think it was 4 total touchdowns, but last week they still killed. I got Baltimore. Okay. I got Baltimore. I think it's going to be a close game, like I said, but Baltimore's got it at home.
I got to go Baltimore with you too. 6-point favorite, Baltimore. I think that's too many points. There's too many points. This game's going to be tighter than 6 points.
Yeah.
Last game in the morning slate, the 3-4 Buccaneers coming off that Thursday night loss to the Bills. They're going on the road to take on the Houston Texans, also 3-4. Texans let me down last week at Carolina, giving the
Yeah.
Panthers their first win.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Buccaneers on the road with a couple days extra rest. Fuck Houston. They suck.
I'm gonna flip and I'm gonna go Houston. Okay. I think that brutal beating to Carolina is gotta be like, okay, what the hell
Brutal.
was that? What the heck was that? All right, we gotta wake up here and we gotta get some redemption at home. So I'm going Houston. The Buccaneers, they don't excite me at all.
Moving, well, I think they're more talented. I think they're more talented than the Houston Texans, the Buccaneers. With Mike Evans and Chris Godwin.
Yeah,
That's
sure. Yeah.
solid twosome right there.
Yeah.
Moving to the afternoon slate on Sunday. There's only 3 games here in the afternoon slate. Only 3 games this week. We got first up, we got the 3-5 Indianapolis Colts going to Carolina. We just talked about the Panthers getting their first win last week. They're 1-6. Gonna have boots on the ground for this one, Max. Sam, our buddy Queef Sam's gonna be
Oh,
in
nice.
attendance in Carolina for this one.
Carolina. Oh,
In
snap.
Carolina. Yeah. That rushing defense of the Panthers, it sucks. They're 31st against running backs. Jonathan Taylor and Zach Moss, they might both score. Colts gonna get this one done on the road.
I got the Colts. I misunderestimated the Colts this year. I know we bash on them a lot saying they suck. I think it's just mostly because of the whole Jonathan Taylor situation in the beginning of the season. But now that they're rolling with them, they look solid. Okay, other than Gardner Minshew, he sucks. But if they run the ball, they look good.
Yeah. Go Jonathan Taylor
Colts. I got Colts.
Go Jonathan Taylor this week.
Yeah.
Moving along, we got a snoozer here, Max. If you're not a Giants fan, if you're not a Raiders fan, I don't know why the hell you'd be watching this game. The Giants are 2-6. They're going to Vegas to take on the 3-5 Raiders. If we could pick a tie here, I might pick a tie because this game blows. But I'll go with the home team. Aiden O'Connell feeds Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams has a big game. Raiders get this one done at home.
I am also going the Raiders. I'm rooting for Aiden O'Connell and Josh Jacobs, baby. Come on, let's have a good game here, Raiders. Let's wake up a little bit now that you have a little spark and you don't have to be under the rule of Jeff McDaniels and his shit.
Yeah. Last game in the afternoon slate. Juicy. Another juicy one here. Divisional matchup, the 5-2 Dallas Cowboys going to Philly to take on the Eagles, sitting at 7-1. I got to go with the home team here, Max. Think the Eagles are better. A.J. Brown just set the NFL record last week for 6 straight games, over 125 receiving yards. He keeps it rolling against the Cowboys. I think this one's going to be a shootout. We want to talk about the Dolphins and Chiefs being a shootout. I agree with that. This one right here, this one's going to be a shootout too.
I hope so. What a fun game. I love this divisional matchup, especially when they're both really, really good teams. I also got the Eagles at home. I love their offense, the way that they are playing. Cobrizzi, the Cowboys defense is ranked number 1. Okay. I believe the Eagles defense is ranked top 10. It might be 13th. Okay.
13th.
13th. Okay. Would you start either of those defenses in this game? Cowboys are number 1. They have 4 touchdowns on the year. 4.
Depends on who else is out there. I know a lot of backup quarterbacks are starting this week, so you might want to go check your free agency pool because I think there's there's a lot of options that aren't usually options for defenses this week because of the lack of quarterback play.
Mm.
That's a tough call. I got to go check. You got to go check. Who are you
Mm.
going in this game though?
Eagles. I got the Eagles.
Eagles.
Yep.
Okay. That juicy game is going to lead right into another juicy game.
Oh,
The four big juicy games this week. This is the last one of the juiciest games we're going to talk about. Prime time NBC Sunday night. Waiting all day for this. Don't call me. Don't text me. I'm watching this fucking game. Don't bother me this week on Sunday night. Got the 5-3 Buffalo Bills going to Cincinnati to take on Joe Burrow and the 4-3 Bengals. Bengals are heating up. Bills have a couple extra days of rest off that Thursday night game. How you feeling about this one, Max?
oh, you said it. You said it. I'll be definitely telling my wife, hey, sorry, I'm watching the Sunday night game. I know you want to watch a movie or a TV show. Not happening. Not happening. I gotta watch this one. I have to. Okay. Otherwise, I'm gonna be thinking about it while watching the movie. I'm not even gonna pay attention. I'm not gonna pay attention to the movie. I'm gonna think about the game. Highlights, and my watch is gonna be buzzing the entire game. Uh this is a extra juicy game. I love the matchup. The Bengals have woken up. Joe Burrow is back. Okay. Jamar Chase is looking like the best wide receiver in the game. Uh, foo, foo, foo. Uh, I got the Bengals. I got the Bengals at home. They're red hot. I'm even considering starting Joe Burrow, but I like Tua against the Chiefs in Germany. I think that's gonna be a fun one. So
Max, I gotta agree with you with the Bengals in this one. I was back and forth,
yeah.
but Joe Burrow, I believe he is back. 43 rushing yards last week. His
Oh yeah.
previous high on the season was 7. Okay. 43 rushing yards last week. I believe that calf is feeling better. That was my main thing with Joe Burrow all off season, all the first month of the season was that calf. That's why I wasn't confident in him in the Bengals. It looks right. He's back in the Bills. Last 4 weeks, they beat the Buccaneers by 6 last week. Okay. They lose to the Patriots by 4 the week before. They beat the Giants 14-9 in that Sunday night snoozer. And the week before that, they lost to the Jaguars by 5. Bills, something's going on with the Bills. We both picked them in the Super Bowl. I don't think they figure it out in Cincinnati. Bengals get this one done in prime time.
Heck yeah.
Moving along to Monday Night Football on ESPN. The 3-4 Los Angeles Chargers back in prime time again this week. A lot of prime time games for Justin Herbert this year. Also, a lot of prime time games is the Jets. The Jets are in the spotlight a lot. They're 4-3. Okay, this one's going to be in New York. How do you feel about this game, Max?
The Jets defense is for real. Okay, I know that the Chargers are supposed to have this number one offense, but going up against a team like a defense like this, Cole Breezy, would you start the Jets defense? I believe they're ranked 7th in our fantasy league. They have at least 10 fantasy points and at least three straight in the past 3 weeks. Would you start them against the Chargers?
I'm gonna go no.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna go no. I think because I have the Chargers in this game. I'll say that I have the Chargers in this game.
I do too.
I don't think the Jets can score with them. The Jets can't seem to score with Zach Queef Wilson as their quarterback. Disappointing season, but they're 4-3. They're 4-3.
It's that defense, man. They keep them in games. Last week, Zach Wilson looked terrible, but that Jets defense, they just they gave up 0 passing yards. 0. How do you do that? How is that
Passing?
even?
Oh, yeah.
They gave up 0 passing
wild.
yards. How is it?
Giants. If you watched that game last week, God bless you. God bless you. That Giants Jets game last week.
It's
God,
terrible.
there was no winners in that game.
No, no,
I know one team had more points on the scoreboard, but nobody won that game.
no.